All right, how you doing, Altitude community? This is Coach J Bro. We got Coach Johnny and Coach Caitlin going to do our workouts for you today. We're going to start with a little warm up. So first we're going to start moving. So let's do a couple forward lunges or reverse lunges, whatever you feel like doing today. Get 4 of these on each side. After you're done with those 4 lunges on each side, we're gonna do 5 steam engines on each side. Johnny hasn't been in any classes I've coached where I've done these, so he doesn't know what they are. You're gonna put your, oh, neither does Caitlin. So we're all learning today. So put your hands behind your head, and then you'll bring your elbow down to your opposite knee as you bring it up. 5 of those on each side. I don't know why, don't ask me these questions. All right, after 5 of those on each side, let's go into a downward dog. We're just gonna be here for a little bit, then we're gonna take our right leg, float it as high up in the air as we can, and swing it forward into an instep stretch. Then go back to downward dog. Put your other leg as high up in the air as you can, and swing it forward into an instep stretch. Then back to downward dog, forward into a plank, and then drop down into upward dog. And then go full cobra. So drop your legs onto the ground, your hips are on the ground, bend your elbows, push your back up, and then from this position, let's do 5 little cobra push-ups. So you're extending your arms, your hips are staying on the ground, and just pushing yourself up. Do 5 of those. Yep, just like that. And then after 5 of those, go ahead and stand up. Give me 5 air squats. Then 5 good mornings. Slightly unlock your knees, hinge at the hips, bend over just until you feel a pull in your hamstrings, then stand back up. You can see who's more flexible out of this group. Just observing, just observing. All right, after those 5 good mornings, let's get on our tailbones and do 5 hollow rocks. So a back and forth counts as 1. All right, back on your feet. Start the whole thing over one more time through. 4 lunges on each foot, backwards or forwards. Then we're gonna go into 5 steam engines, 5 on each side. Then a downward dog, we're gonna skip the instep this time. Forward into a plank, drop into an upward dog, then down into cobra. 5 little baby cobra push-ups. Then on our feet, 5 air squats. Then 5 good mornings. Then 5 hollow rocks. All right, we're gonna finish our warm-up with a little bit of heart rate increase. So Caitlin and Johnny, find an intersection of seams there. All right, do quick jumps forward over that seam and backwards. Then turn 90 degrees, jump side to side. Turn 90 degrees again, forward and backwards. "90 degrees side to side. And relax. That's our warm up. We'll be right back with the workout. All right, we're gonna go into our strength today. It's gonna end up being 4 rounds of 5 strict press and 5 push press, 5 on one arm, 5 on the other, and then 10 prone snow angels. So we're gonna start out with a demo of our strict press into a push press. You can do these with a kettlebell or a dumbbell. You're gonna bring it up to your shoulder, then strict press. As you can see, their heads are still coming in front of their arms as if they had a barbell. Then after they do 5, they're gonna have that little dip and push that weight up over their head. All right, good demo, guys. Then the next thing they're gonna demo is a prone snow angel. You'll be on your stomachs, extending your hands behind your back, touching your thumbs on top of your rear end, and coming up and touching your hands in front of you. If you can't quite make your hands touch behind your back because of mobility, that's okay, just get as far as you can. All right, great. So like I said, this is 4 rounds, 5 strict press, 5 push press, 5 on each arm, then 10 prone snow angels. Let's go ahead and get started. You can see these movements are slow and controlled. Johnny's twisting his arm a bit. The kettlebell lends itself to that. If you have a kettlebell, especially if you have a heavier kettlebell, make sure you're controlling that descent. You don't want to hurt your arm by that weight slamming down too fast. Keep in mind that even though we don't have a ton of weight like we might if we were doing this with a barbell, it's still important to take a breath, set your core, so you have everything working in your favor. On these snow angels, it's not just the arm movement. You can see they both have their chest up off the ground. They're keeping their toes up. If you can point your toes, that'll help create tension in your body. All right. Give yourself a little break, a little pat on the back if you want. I'm gonna have Caitlin turn 90 degrees so we can get a side view of her when she's doing this push press, so you can see that her arm is going straight up over her shoulder. It's not out in front or out in back. Her strong position is when she's got all her arm bones stacked on top of each other on top of that shoulder. She's not having to use her muscle strength to keep the weight from moving forward or backwards. She's using her muscle strength to push the weight up over on top of her head. Thanks, Caitlin. So you can see when they're doing these push presses, they're quick little dips. They're barely coming down, their back staying vertical, and they are not doing a jerk. Neither one of them are re-bending their knees underneath the weight. Make sure you keep this a push press and not a push jerk. All right, go into round 3. Remember, since we're doing these workouts at home, you might be limited in the amount of weight you have. It might be a little bit lighter than you might normally go. This would be a good time to focus on your movement. Make sure you have good quality, make your movements deliberate, make them controlled. Put that weight exactly where you want it to be. Don't make it an accident that it ended up there. That concept is being demonstrated very well by Johnny and Caitlin. If you notice, they're very consistent with where their weights are going at the top, where they're coming back down, and how their bodies are moving to get that weight up. Great demo. Break time can always be a time to work on a little dynamic stretching, shaking some things out, doing some things to get your body ready for conditioning. All right, last round. Last round, but make every movement just as good as the first one. Looking good, y'all. Look how close Johnny's arm is coming to his head when he pushes that weight over the top. Almost there, looking good. Keep tension in that body. All right, that's strength. Woo! All right, I think our models have their marks. Conditioning today at 16 minutes, 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off. We got 4 movements: sumo, deadlift, high pull, plank walk-ups, kettlebell swings or dumbbell swings, and air squats plus a lateral jump over. All right, so our first movement, sumo, deadlift, high pull. If you've got a kettlebell, you can probably end up going all the way to the ground. If you've got a dumbbell, you're gonna go just to about mid-shin. So you'll have a very wide stance. You'll do kind of like a squat down, squat back up, and then pull that weight up high to your chin. Make sure that you're standing all the way up. You're not bent over during this high pull. The next movement is a plank walk up. So you'll be in a high plank, and then you'll walk down to your elbows and then walk back up to a high plank. Trying to keep a straight line in your body there. as much as you can. All right, thanks for that demo. Next, we've got kettlebell swing or dumbbell swing. This is just our traditional swing, eye level. If you've got a dumbbell, you'll hold it by the head just like Caitlin's doing. Your back shouldn't be coming past vertical. Use the power from your hips to make that weight swing up. Thanks, guys. And then an air squat plus a lateral jump over. So put your dumbbell or kettlebell down on the ground, do an air squat, and jump over to the other side. 1 air squat plus 1 jump equals 1 rep. So we're gonna do as many of each of these in 30 seconds as we can, and then we'll rest for 30 seconds. All right, so let's get this clock set. Going in 10 seconds, first movement is 30 seconds worth of sumo deadlift high pull. Moving good, 10 more seconds to go. And rest. Ten seconds when we're going into the plank walk-ups. Go. This is another one of those exercises where your movements should be very deliberate. Lower yourself onto your elbows. Don't slam your elbows into the floor. And these are hard, so don't feel like you have to fly through them. 5 seconds. And rest. Sure. I'm conditioned not to, so people don't start early. 10 seconds. Next movement is kettlebell swings or dumbbell swings. Going in 3, 2, 1, go. If you're swinging a dumbbell and you haven't done it, it's not what you're used to, so make sure you're holding on to that thing. You shouldn't have a death grip, but make sure you have a nice grip on it. 10 more seconds. Rest. All right, make sure your kettlebell and dumbbell is set up for these lateral jumps. Coming up in 10 seconds. Air squat plus a lateral jump over. 2, 1, go. So you can see they're actually doing jumps. 2 feet are leaving the ground, 2 feet are touching the ground. If you can do this without doing the prance step over thing, that's best. If you need to modify, you can do a step over. Just like that. 5 seconds. Rest. One down. All right, we're gonna go back to sumo deadlift high pull. Listen to them, they're breathing, they're breathing. 10 seconds. Three, 2, 1. go. So they're breathing hard. They're definitely working. They are taking care of their backs though. They're not rounding. They're using their legs to get that weight up, and then they're using their arms to follow through with the pull. But like a lot of our movements in here, they're using a lot of hip strength. 10 seconds. Rest. Plank walk-ups in 10 seconds. Three, two, one, go. On your walk-ups in that high plank position, make sure your palms are underneath your shoulders. They shouldn't be too far back or too far forward. 10 seconds. And rest. Getting ready for swings in 10 seconds. Three, two, one, go. They're popping those hips, snapping that weight up. They're not pulling with their arms. Their arms are guiding the weight as it comes up to eye level. 10 seconds. They're hinging, they're not squatting down. Make sure this isn't a squat. Almost there. And rest. Air squat to lateral jump over in about 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, go! They're getting over those weights. Nice jumps. These are also hard. 10 more seconds to go. Keep it going, you're almost there. And rest. Woo! That's 2 down. Back to sumo deadlift high pull in 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, go! They're keeping their heads up, which promotes a clear airway. You're gonna need to get in a lot of air while you're doing this. This is a tough workout. 10 seconds. And rest. Plank walk-up in 10 seconds. Three, two, 1, go. These plank walk-ups are not a very dynamic movement, especially to follow a sumo deadlift high pull. You're gonna have to control your breathing. Ten more seconds. Rest. You got nobody to blame but yourself, Johnny. He wrote this. All right, we got swings coming up in 10 seconds. Two, one, go. They're still doing a great job of taking care of their backs. Caitlin's doing a great example. Her back is not coming back past vertical at the top of that swing. Ten seconds. Rest. Ten seconds, air squat, lateral jump over. 3, 2, 1, go. Ten more seconds. All right, you got it. Rest. All right. Back to sumo deadlift high pull in 10 seconds. Three, 2, 1, go. They're doing great. Their weights are going in a straight line. Not a huge swing to the front, if any at all. 10 seconds. Almost there, keep it up. And rest. All right, no more of those today. Plank walk-ups in 10 seconds. Three, 2, 1, go. Johnny, those triceps though. You're gonna hit Caitlin with those. Ten seconds. And rest. If Allison's watching, they are diamonds of gold. Let me know if you know what that is. It's stupid, right? All right, swings in 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, go. It's the last round, and they're getting kind of beat, but they're still doing great swings. Pushing with their hips, guiding with their hands. Back's not going past vertical. Almost there. 5 seconds. Rest. All right, one more exercise to go. 30 more seconds of work. Ten seconds. 3, 2, 1, go. Remember, stay in control of your movements. Your feet land exactly where you intend them to land. Ten seconds. Using that dynamic hip hop to get your body over the weight. Almost there. And rest. Woo! All right. All right, now the conditioning's over, we're gonna finish up with our recovery. We're gonna start with a quad stretch. So you'll pull one foot up behind you, grab it with your hand. You can put your arm forward if you want. If you have trouble keeping balance, you can touch your free hand to your nose. Not in your nose, not in your mouth. That's a good way to spread germs. You could put a hand out in front like Johnny's doing. Some people like to put their hand on top of their head. Go ahead and switch. Generally, if you're having trouble keeping your balance, it's because you're thinking about it too hard. So that's what I found anyway. The less you think about it, the better it is. Like when you're trying to walk across a balance beam, if you think about it, you're gonna fall off. For my 0 years in gymnastics. All right, go ahead and release that. Next, we're gonna do hurdler. You'll be down on the ground. Depending on mobility, you'll have one leg bent and tucked, touching your thigh of your other leg, and reaching forward like Caitlin and Johnny are doing. If you've got great hip mobility, that bent leg can be bent behind you. You can lean right over your leg. You can go to the side. You can go to the inside, however you want to do that. This is a hips and hammy stretch. Get about 30, 45 seconds on one side, then switch to the other. All right, we're gonna finish up our last stretch today is gonna be Bretzel. So we'll stay on the ground. This one is easier to show than it is to talk about. But basically, just like Johnny's doing, he's got that top knee on the ground. He's holding it down with his hand, and then he's pulling his other leg back up to his butt. The shoulder that is attached to the hand that's grabbing your knee is on the ground. Your other shoulder is as close as you can get it while keeping that knee on the ground. Again, same thing, hang out for 30, 45 seconds, then slowly switch to the other side. And when you're done with that, that's all we have for you today. Hope you had a good workout.